Hi guys, it's Sabrina from Good Dogma, and I wanted to discuss prong collars. Yikes, right? I used to feel the same way. This is probably one of the most misunderstood products on the market for our dogs today. So I wanted to just discuss the different qualities of collars that are out there, the different sizes that are available for you and your dog, how to properly fit this collar for your dog, and also discuss some of the myths that are out there currently surrounding this collar. So first and foremost, I wanted to discuss the brand of collar that we use, and it is called a Herm Sprenger prong collar. These are German-made collars that are chrome-plated steel. It's a high-quality metal. And there's a couple things, a couple attributes to this particular brand that you won't find in a collar that is a knockoff or maybe that you found in a box store. First and foremost, what I want to point out is that the prongs on the Herm Sprenger have beveled edges. So you see these edges are rounded and smooth. Some of the other collars on the market will have blunt cut edges that can irritate your dog's skin and possibly cause them injury. So something very important to look at. The next thing I also wanted to point out is the way that this collar is designed. You see that there's the plate here in the middle, and this plate generally rests on the front of your dog's neck, and you can see how it bends outwards that way, and that helps protect the front of your dog's neck. But what it also does is it allows these prongs to be set up in such a way that it will disperse pressure evenly when the collar is engaged when you are working with your dog. So also a really important thing to know. So make sure when you are going to get a prong collar for your dog that you look for the Herm Sprenger brand collar. So that being said, there are a couple different sizes available to you and your dog. And the one that we use for most of the dogs in our programs and the dogs that we train is the 2.25 Herm Sprenger prong collar. And what that means is that is the 2.25 is the width and gauge of the prongs. So this really is suitable for most of the dogs that we have. The next size up, if you have a very large dog or a dog that is a real serious puller, would be the 3.0 collar. You can kind of see the size difference there. So just a little bit larger of a collar. And then, not to be left out, for our little minis, because we all know the little minis need help too, we have a micro prong collar. So little itty bitty prong collar. This is not made by Herm Sprenger. It is made by a company called Kimberland, and they are equally a quality product. Herm Sprenger just does not have the micro prong collars in their supply just yet. So just to show you all of them kind of next to each other, you know, we have a wide variety of sizes, and they do go even larger than that, but for most dogs, these are the sizes that you want to stick with, especially the 2.25 is definitely going to be your most average size of collars. So I wanted to discuss also some of the myths surrounding these collars, because Lord knows there is a lot of hype out there, and they are certainly misunderstood. I mean, don't get me wrong. They look like a medieval torture device. I understand. They are very intimidating looking collars. However, they are designed for safety and engineered for ease of use on both you and your dog. So one of the things I wanted to mention is that veterinary chiropractors recommend this collar above all other collars, harnesses, devices out there currently that we use on our dogs. And the reason why that is the other tools that are out there cause your dog to twist and causes torsion in their bodies, which affects their spine. And there is a veterinary chiropractor, Dr. Kamen, and I wanted to read one of his quotes to you guys. I'll pull it up real quick and give you a medical perspective on how these collars are designed to work. So he states that most literature suggests that this is one of the most effective and least dangerous ways of restraining your dog. The prong collar distributes pressure evenly around the neck and requires only a small amount of force. Incidence of canine upper cervical subluxations is far less with this collar. So when we're using front attaching harnesses or head harnesses, we're causing that twisting and torsion of the dog's body when we're trying to get them to turn around and come back to us, or when we try to get them to stop lunging at things. Flat buckle collars, choke chains, all serve to stop like the dog from breathing. They put pressure on the windpipe and they asphyxiate the dog when they're pulling. This also causes choking, collapse of their trachea, windpipe damage. So all of those things also cause a lot of damage. The way that these are designed is that for the starters, they don't close all the way, right? So they're not going to close like a choke chain's going to close. And they also sit suspended up on your dog's neck. So if this is your dog's neck, the collar is simply suspended above the neck with only the blunt ends of the prongs resting on your dog. So there's no other collar available on the market that is less intrusive when used with a loose leash. And also, more importantly, these collars help your dog choose to stop certain unwanted behaviors, stop lunging, stop pulling. They learn through proper training that they are in control of the pressure that this collar puts on them. So their decisions are going to be what basically allows the pressure to be applied and also be released on them. So they learn really quick that they're in control of their actions and in control of this collar and the pressure. So another one of the things that I also wanted to discuss was that, these are referred to as pinch collars quite often. And truth be told, this does not serve to pinch your dog's skin. It gives even pressure all around the dog's neck when activated. And you can see here with the collar completely closed, there's no pinching going on. You literally just have the blunt ends of the collar causing even pressure around the dog's neck. The pinch collar name comes from having to pinch the prongs in order to open and close the collar. So, also, these collars are one of the easiest ways to communicate with your dog. It requires such little leash pressure and guidance to get your dog's attention and get your dog to orient towards you with this collar. So these are really a serious game changer when you have a dog that's difficult to walk on leash. And also for general obedience and teaching your dog, certain cues, total game changer. So I wanted to just get that information out there. I know that there is a lot of misinformation and a lot of misappropriated agendas that exist surrounding these collars, and I, for one, have really found them to be just fabulous tools to have when you're training dogs. So I also am going to show you how to properly fit a prong collar on my dog Django, and that will be coming up after this. So I hope that helps and gives a little bit of insight into these collars, how they work. Again, they are like power steering for your dog. They give directional information to them that's really clear and consistent. So I hope that helps. So I want to show you how to properly fit a prong collar to your dog. These collars should sit high and tight up around the dog's neck, right behind the ears. So it shouldn't sit low like your flat buckle collar is. So this is the strongest part of your dog's neck. So you will not get an effective result if you have a prong collar that's sitting really low like this flat buckle collar is. So to get the maximum efficiency from these collars, they should be fit snug, high and tight around the dog's jawline and up behind the dog's ears. So the way that you fit the collar is you take apart the links, and we are going to put it underneath our dog's neck and high and tight around his ears. And you can see that already there's an extra link in here that makes this way too loose. So we want to remove the link, and you want to try to get both sides as even as possible. So if you have an extra link in one side and not the other, just try to make both sides even. Okay, come back around again, high and tight. And even that is a little loose. So we're going to try again, take out an extra link, and take the time to find the right fit for your dog. It really makes all the difference. There we go. Okay, so you can see how this is fit snug on the dog's neck, high and tight around his jawline and behind his ears. You should be able to maybe get one finger underneath the prongs, but it shouldn't be sitting low like a necklace. So now that that is fit properly, we want to make sure in the back that this swivel hook here, the D ring, I always say D for dog, that's what you're going to attach your leash to. And this circular ring right here, it's called the dead ring, that is what we're going to attach to our flat buckle collar with a carabiner clip. So this is just a safety backup mechanism in case your collar fails. If for some reason the prongs weren't put on properly, hooked together properly, this has the ability to come apart. So if for some reason that it does come apart on you, you would still be attached to your dog. So a good safety backup, especially if you have a dog that has a tendency to maybe go after other dogs or people, or so you can never be too safe with these things. All right, there you go. And again, this right here, we're going to attach our leash to. And I'll just give a little camera zoom Sit. To the back of his neck, sit. Good boy. So you can see exactly what it looks like.